Well. As y'all already know, the shut up phone. The Atlanta Falcons are now officially eliminated from the playoffs as they lose to the Baltimore Ravens 17-9. As a lot of people would say, it's a wrap. But before we get to that point, I want to get the thoughts from the people here.
Let me get some numbers out real quick. I want to get some numbers out. I like to start the show with a few numbers. So let me get these numbers out the way. I think it went a lot better than than the results say. As far as the numbers are concerned, I think the numbers look a lot better than what and we all know why. But I just want to throw out these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Ridder, 22 of 33, 218 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions. Was sacked 2 times. Tyler Allgeier, 18 carries, 74 yards. 115 total rushing yards. Drake London had a big game, 7 catches, 96 yards. Tyler Allgeier actually he had a big all around year. I didn't really notice all around game that he had, but he had a pretty good. I think we might have our I ain't no me about it. I think we have our running back of the future. We gotta find somebody to go besides Drake London and Kyle Pitts because today we saw we really needed another guy. I don't know if I should read these numbers, but I'm gonna read them anyway. I think this is indicative of today's game, but Richie Grant had 10 total tackles. That should tell you everything right there. When your safety got that many tackles, I don't know if that's a good that's a good thing. You look at the Ravens, really didn't do much besides running. They was pretty much look. This is pretty much who we're trying to be. We're trying to be the Baltimore Ravens, trying to get where they are at the moment. They got a good quarterback. They got a good backup, a great running game, great um, you know weapons with those tight ends and Oliver, as well as Andrews. Without a doubt, in my opinion, he's the best tight end next to Travis Kelce. But I think that this game was we saw the peak of this is what the Falcons are going to look like. So, what do you guys think about the numbers concerned? Again, I'm just going to go over the Falcons. Desmond Ridder, 22-23, 218 yards. Um, I'll say this for you. He looked a lot more comfortable than he did the first game. And I think OG Truth Hurts can kind of I don't want to put nothing because he looked kind of upset. I just want to let's just go to OG. I'm gonna just go to OG first because he looked kind of upset. I don't want to put words in your mouth. You already cussed me out for doing that about 50 billion times anyway. So OG, what you got, bro?
I ain't got the energy. Hey man. I get it, We fucked up we fucked up the National Fugazi League's 2-15 prediction. How they repay us is they fuck us out of 3 games. That's all I got, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, you put a mic in front of him. He typically doesn't do this, so I'm kind of shocked to be honest. I'll say this though. I don't blame him because today we had several opportunities just snatched away from us because of bullshit. And normally you could say this um with a little bit of bias, but I don't think this is bias. I think the whole world saw what we saw today because literally is how many. There's millions of people. I'm sure everybody's sitting in the house right now watching TV. The whole world saw that shit. The whole world saw what the hell we saw today. Um, I K Style, bro. What?
First of all, I'm not even gonna say I'm mad about the loss, but I think the major thing we wanted to see was what was going to be this team's response coming into this week, playing in the elements type of game. Now, yes, the referee done screwed us on quite a few calls today, but at the same time, we didn't help ourselves neither. I mean, like I said, the red zone efficiency was not there today, and I think that, regardless of all the fugazi ass calls, you like I said, if you don't put no points up in the red zone, if you don't put no touchdowns in the red zone, that's kind of a result you're gonna get.
I mean, we kind of got one snatch from us, bro. That wasn't no hold.
Yeah, no. I know that one. I'm talking about the one outside of that one. Talking about with the bullshit intentional grounding call. I look like, what the hell was that shit?
Well, honestly, I felt like Arthur should have clocked the ball right there. I don't know why he was in such. If he already made up his mind he wasn't gonna use his timeout, he should have clocked the ball. But yeah, we got shitted on that call too.
Right.
He should have clocked it.
But yeah, man. And like I said, Ritter looked a lot better this week.
Yes, he did.
He looked a lot better.
It was a little better. It was a little better. I think we did better in the red zone. I think the opportunity. I think we really. I wouldn't necessarily say we. If Allgeier doesn't trip over his own feet,
bro,
or trip over it, that's a touchdown.
Checked out. That's when I mentally checked out of the game.
Yeah.
I said,
bro, I'm like, how you trip up, bro? That's a touchdown if he doesn't trip over his feet.
Right, he got
trip over his feet. I was like, okay, that's just one of them Falcon unlucky breaks.
he actually tripped on Ritter, but
Ritter, it was Ritter. Okay.
Okay, I thought he tripped on his own feet.
Okay.
He tripped over Ritter's foot.
That's a touchdown. So, like I said, we just got one of them Falcons. We always seem to have one of those unlucky breaks during the course of a game, and unfortunately, that was that one unlucky break.
The second and third best rushing attack in the league. We got 3 holding calls, right? How many did they get?
Nah.
Hey, man. Everybody out there in EFN land, our Holy Alliance, Merry Christmas to everybody, man. I'm going to get off here because I'm just going to get off here, man, because I'm about to say some real foul shit. So, Merry Christmas to everybody, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next go round.
All right.
That let you know how pissed OG is. He ain't said much.
I'm gonna go and do what I didn't do last week.
Yeah, it wasn't so pretty last week.
So, I'll holler at y'all, man. I love y'all boys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, man. Hey, definitely, man. Much love to you, man. Yeah. So for those that don't know how pissed off
That don't
OG
happen a lot.
was,
That does
OG
not
said
happen.
less than 20 words. Just say that. LT, man, what you got on this, man? What you got on this?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this. I'm always, the person that don't really put, feelings into the game, whatever. I'm always analyzing even while the game going. We did make some mistakes here and I could understand that. I won't dispute that. The Drake London fumble, of course, that's that's a glaring situation. But that being said, and I'm usually the person not to say this, and these guys on this panel will tell y'all, I don't never really try to put the game on ref ball. I don't never use referees as a cop out or why we win or lose a game. But today ain't that day. That shit was glaring. It just didn't make sense. And if anybody saw that game, those calls was BS. Just look at Arthur Smith's reactions. This man has been animated. He's been animated this year, no doubt about it. But I've never seen Arthur Smith this animated as he was today, and he had every right to be that animated. Just like we pointed out, we both are run heavy teams. They second in the NFL, we're third in the NFL. We got one holding penalty, maybe two, if I'm not mistaken, on run plays. Those boys played 60 minutes and then getting out one. Deep in our, we're deep in their red zone, looking like we got scoring drives. You caught an intentional ground, and now if I could sit my fat ass on my couch and look at the game and clearly see his hand hit that man's elbow, how do you get paid 6 figures a year to referee a game and you can't see and you making a bad call 20 feet in front of you? That don't make no sense. You call a holding penalty on Alameda Kids. The way Alameda was blocking him, that's literally how you get taught to block. I know I played offensive lineman before. You put your hands inside where their shoulder pads is, and you hold them close. He did that. But you threw a penalty.
Really didn't even grab
he
really didn't even grab jersey.
He didn't even grab jersey. Like you didn't see no hand, you didn't see the jersey stretch or nothing. He literally just put his hands up and fell backwards, and you threw the flag. Come on, dog. What we doing? What are we doing,
They literally
dog?
say, "Don't grab the damn jersey." He didn't do it, and you still call.
and as I said, at the end of the day, you doing stuff like that, and I don't care what nobody say. Like I said, I'm always the person to tell you I don't try to put the game on ref ball, but that's glaring, dog. Y'all was calling penalties on us that wasn't there. You calling penalties that against us. Come on, you can't be doing that, man. Is that glaring? And then the third down, we got a catch with Michael Pruitt, a damn good diving catch from Pruitt. And next thing you know, you said you call it incomplete. We challenge it. Everybody looking at it clearly see it's a catch, and you say it's an incompletion. I don't see nowhere where the ball touched the ground or nothing. Come on, bro. We can't be having stuff like that.
Didn't hit the ground, and you still call incomplete after looking at it.
It just is very glaring, dog. And at the end of the day, it just feel like The league got something against the Falcons.
What's the point? Why even play? It's like, what's the point of fucking? Why are we even playing if you're not gonna give us the right treatment? The treatment everybody else. What's the point of us
you're not lying.
playing if you're not gonna do? The ball don't hit the ground. It's not incomplete. Yet you call it incomplete.
I say the man is not lying.
No, like I said, especially after you gave him the first touchdown when he bobbled the ball in the end zone.
We're not even talking about that yet. The ball literally. One of the biggest plays in history, in playoff history, with Dez Bryant, they said it wasn't the catch because he bobbled the thing. You use that as the blueprint for that personal call. It happens, and you still, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't.
Look, I was about to say, it was another glaring thing too. Now, the reason why I don't want to put, even though, like you said, y'all focused on the referees and the bullshit that they pulled. Like I said, I'm not necessarily going to do it. Like I said, I want to more so focus. I'm talking about from my point on the stuff that we didn't do. I've been doing some scouting, and I already see one of the major issues that this team's gonna have going into next year. Y'all wait for that, but I'm gonna just say it right now. I don't think Drew Dahlman, he's the answer at center, bro. That man ain't got no pressure all game, bro. I know Travis Jones.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I want to point out a certain play. I don't know if people pick. I know a lot of people don't watch. Y'all follow the camera views. I watched everything. There was a play where it was like a counter play. And what it was, they hand the ball off to Williams to go one way. Like they faked to going one way, he went back the other way. But in the counter play, Dahlman snaps the ball and he pulls. Now, the point of you pulling is giving you a heads running start as a lineman to kick out a defender. In most cases, that play works when you kick out the defender. Dahlman runs the pull, and when he met the defender, he got stuffed. He actually took a step back. Like, dog, you that weak? You're that weak?
I told K-Styles and I told you guys, I said these next few games are going to tell you exactly what happens and what's the issues, especially on that offensive line. Is it right guard? Is it center? Right tackle? Like, this is where it's going to. Now we see exactly what we've been seeing for the most part. There's a clear problem.
Left guard and center has been our Achilles heel on offense all year.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Jake might seem like he regressed, but is it fair for us to really to look at Jake in that light when the guy next to you has been interchangeable all year, and every person they put in and every person they put next to you has not done well?
Right.
Wilkinson absolutely sucked. Gossett sucked. We had one half with Hennessy, and things look like this could be our line for the future, at least for the rest of the season. But he blew his ankle in that damn game, so he's gone for the year. So at the end of the day, man, that's where we at. This is where we at. Like, center and left guard is our issue.
Look, I'm about to say you don't win football games in this NFL without a good center. I'm gonna just say it like that.
I mean, we should know, as Falcons fans, you should know that we had what Pearson as our center in 2015, and we went 8-8.
Pearson.
Offensive line was up and down, mostly below average all year that year. And then we signed Alex Mack the next year, and bam, we in the Super Bowl. That goes to show you how much a difference in guys that snapping the ball is.
Right. Yeah, I think, and kind of going back to what Mike was talking about with Ritter, how it looked like it was clicking. I think I think where they did it different this week, they didn't force him to make the spectacular throw early. The offense went slow as hell again. But if you notice the first few throws with Desmond Ridder, it was more so, okay, I'm finna get you this comeback route, or we finna hit this little out route here. You got a little swing route here. Throw a couple screens. That's why you started seeing him starting getting in his rhythm, and that's how you have to call the plays especially for a rookie quarterback, but especially for a rookie quarterback, you have to get him comfortable within the floor of the game. Now that those throws started being completed close to the line of scrimmage, now you started seeing him climbing the levels of the field. And this is where Desmond Ridder really showed. It didn't surprise me at all. I'm going to tell you that.
It really
ain't surprised none of us over here. It surprised a lot of people, but it didn't surprise none of us over here. But, God damn, boy. Dog. And the reason why we kind of focusing on the left guard and the center too is those plays, those 4th and 1s, and those plays where we got stuffed on 4th down. All the penetration came from the center and left guard position.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's why.
Even on the 4th down start that we had at the goal line, like the penetration literally came from that spot.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's why. And this is the first time I actually listened to the commentators all year, but this was kind of one of the reasons why they were saying like the Falcons should not be calling these toss plays with this fast ass defense. The problem is when your left guard and your center can't hold nothing. Go ahead. Hold on, you muted. You got yourself muted.
LT. I don't know if you eat Snickers because you saw it, but
hey yo, I'm about to go down. Hey yo,
your boy did it again, man.
Hey yo,
I just had to say that real quick. He probably knows exactly why. Why I just said that.
Oh Lord, what didn't happen?
Dakota.
Oh God, he throwing pick sixes again.
Dakota.
Oh, hold on, people. Hey man, we got a long time friend.
Yeah, we got the
and a fellow brother of ours.
Yes.
Guess who's back?
Rich.
What up, y'all? It's been a minute. Long time coming, man. LT, what up?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro. Been a long time, man. Finally wrapped up my coaching football season. You know, we had a good season, you know, coaching high school, made it to the championship. You know, we came short, but, you know, it was a good experience at that, you know. But now we here covering some Falcon content, man, with the dogs, with the OGs.
Yes, sir.
You know, so just fill me in what y'all was talking about, man.
We just pretty much going over this game and our thoughts and stuff. What did you feel about this game, man? And as we already know, the Falcons are now officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What was your takes on this game, man? What was your thoughts?
So my takes on this game was we was definitely fighting through them refs. That's definitely one thing, which was terrible on many occasions, and what somewhat highlighted those moments was with Arthur Smith, just seeing his grit and his fight towards of, you know, getting on those refs to make those right calls. And I was feeling his energy, and it was just like, and like some of the assistant coaches, the equipment managers was looking at Arthur Smith like he was crazy on the sideline. Damn, what's wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? But this is something that you want to see coming from your head coach. And that moment, just seeing him fight in those moments and just going for it on fourth down. We don't got nothing to lose, and just being aggressive makes me realize, it makes me know that we do have the right guy running the show. For sure. Continuing besides that, with Drake London, we've seen back-to-back moments with him losing the football, right? So as a football player and as a coach, I was a running back. I know, y'all know what was the issue? It was them sleeves, man. It was the sleeves.
What I said during the game, what I said during the call, while we was on the call, I said when he took those sleeves off, when those sleeves came off, he didn't cough the ball up no more.
Right. That one went from Bruce Banner to the Incredible Hulk real quick.
You know what I'm saying? And this is a learning experience, for them, as all these guys, but just being a football player for all these years, anybody know that. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay warm, I get it, but that does play a factor in carrying a football when you have those sleeves and stuff like that. And he was trying to protect the ball. He did protect the ball after he caught it.
He did. But like I'm telling you about it, the less cloth, the better.
Right. It was a good defensive play, by Murphy.
It was.
He pushed that shit out, but the sleeves definitely do play a factor in the game. But just overall, since I've been on here, I can't be more proud of the rookies that we have, and the production we've been receiving from them. So in all phases and all the rookies. So, that's what I gotta say so far for the game, and then we keep it running from there.
And don't forget that play was on a fourth down. That was a fourth down call too.
Just like last week. Yeah, same shit.
Wow, I totally forgot. That dang. Wow.
Fourth down call.
You say
like you said, Desmond Ridder, like you said, and it's kind of going to what this question is I know it's been games, but do you guys see the it factor of Ridder yet? Just wonder. We've been seeing it. It's just about giving it the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the boy. I mean, like I knew he had it even in college, but what really sold me was as the game continued last week. As the game continued last week against the Saints, he was slowly starting to pick it up, and I was like, okay, he had it. And then, like I said, on the drive that was very detrimental to keep the season alive, he hit London on the strike.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He hit London on the strike, a perfect pass to keep the season alive, just that he fumbled. And same thing he did today. He hit London on another strike on the fourth down. He fumbled. But then when London took the sleeves off, it's like he got his superpowers back. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much catching everything that was thrown his way. He caught several jump balls. He caught one jump ball at both ends of the field in the red zone. Like, there was some damn good catches. But the second jump ball that put us inside the 5 in the second half, it was a damn good throw by Ridder. Ridder threw a pinpoint pass. You could listen. And I'm not gonna lie. See, because I'm a Falcons fan, with Mariota this year, and when it came to like money downs and stuff, I was always antsy. And with Ridder last week, I was kind of antsy, but today I started off antsy, but I was slowly getting settled because he was showing me that he had poise in those situations. I said, okay, he's a guy I feel like we can trust for real. So that plays into that. So he definitely has the X factor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But like I said, even with these moments right here, we already knew the Falcons had a lot of holes and a lot of things they needed to work on. We just got to give shout out to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Like I said, you essentially got a mirror matchup here. You had the number 2 rushing team against the number 3.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of dogs on that defense. Like I said, They kept Mark Andrews under 50 yards, so the Falcons defense necessarily didn't have a bad game.
They
The
did.
problem was,
You
what
ran
Mike
into your
always
mirror.
say,
It's just a mirror image. It's really just that simple. This is a mirror image, bro. This is exactly what we're striving to be. We're striving to be, and ironic. The ironic thing about this, and I'm gonna go back a couple years back when we first hired Dan Quinn. The guy that we really wanted was Rex Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy who we wanted. He wanted to have a defense and a team that was ran like the Baltimore Ravens. And here we are playing them. And we look, this was a good game, bro. Like this is what football is about. When you have a team, both teams are running the ball, they're running the rock well.
mm-hmm.
And the one thing that Rich said that really stuck out to me, you want to know if your coach is going to stand by you, bro. He's going to stick up for you. As a player, the worst thing that you want is a coach that's not going to stand by you. Well, you want a guy like Bobby Cox that's going to get kicked out of games for you. You want guys that's going to stand up for you. We didn't have that with Dan Quinn. Anytime something went wrong, he stand on the sideline. No.
You're doing the wrong facial expression. You gotta be like,
okay, remove it. All right, next play. Nah, man,
that's okay. That's okay.
You gotta fight for that.
You threw 7 interceptions today. That's cool, man. We going for coffee and donuts.
because like, you know, when we really think about it though, guys, that intentional grounding call that they made, that Arthur Smith was fighting for, you know, him hitting his elbow, that was very crucial moment in the game, as well as that holding penalty call you called on Zacchaeus, which we all know that was a flop, and he was already in position, and that was like, damn, we can't even get through these refs, and even that Pruitt catch was still close too.
It was a hit. And there's no incomplete. That ball did not touch the ground.
Those are 3 crucial moments in the game. Like, really think about it, because we was on the 1-yard line before they called that intentional grounding. Because imagine if that doesn't happen and we actually score. This is a whole different game. We all know it was a good game. We was running the ball well, you know, good possessions. We was getting a few 3-and-outs. Like, it was a good game. But now if we get a touchdown or 2, we're really in this game for real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta look at it. If the intentional ground penalty don't happen and we do score, we go in halftime 7-14. Game still 7-14. But then we come out of halftime and then we end up going in and if they don't call the holding penalty on OZ, it's 14 up in the third quarter going into the fourth quarter. It's stuff like that, dog.
Right.
That keys that this is what it is. It's stuff like that makes you be like, all right, this is what we be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. LT, you'll like this one.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I like what?
Like, no, I said you were right about that. Bloody Bebop flop, boy.
Yeah, I didn't even know we flopping in the NFL now. I'm like, God damn. Like, I understand that was more basketball, but shit, we flopping in the league now.
That's why I used to love watching Shaq dunk on him all game for that shit though.
Y'all fucking us up now.
Look. They're like sniper in the building.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Crazy, bro.
Good God.
But like with Arthur Smith, like I said, some of those toss plays and them crucial moments, like I said, I didn't really like those for myself as well, because those were kind of that, like I said, and like I said, I just think it just wasn't at the right time to try to do it. If you was gonna run those plays, you need to run it. You need to try to run it up the teeth. But the problem is Drew Dalman's ass ain't got no strength.
That's what I was about. That's exactly what I was about to say, because I don't blame him for doing it, because like you have to. Well, a team like Baltimore, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get away with that type of stuff. They're gonna shut that stuff down. But
Travis Jones eating his ass up.
you have to stretch them, and I think just to have them, the thought of doing it, because if you don't do it, they just gonna sit on. Obviously, they just sit on Drew Dalman, but I like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I think we kind of seeing now, and I want to put this real quick. It hurts me to say this, but we're kind of seeing we don't need to use CP as much as we've been using him.
Oh boy,
I,
them
I
legs
think
were sluggish today.
them legs were, bro. Them legs were aching
Them legs
today. He
was
did not. He
ooh,
looked really old today compared to where
ooh,
Tyler
boy.
Allgeier was. He did not look good at all. He looked like those. He had some miles on those legs. So what do you guys think about where the Falcons should go as far as CP using him as a wide receiver, or just using him as a running back? Just
Use him as an X weapon,
as an
but don't
expert.
use him as an X weapon. Don't use him so often, but use him as an X weapon because that's the problem. Because don't get me wrong, you make a valid point on it. Like if you look at the last couple weeks, CP do look a little, like age done caught him a little bit. So, but like I said, that's why we had like a Tyler Algier, and before his injury, we had a Caleb Huntley, because those guys they took away a lot of that heavy lifting from CP to keep him fresh, and that's why we saw a good bit of Avery Williams today. And even when he ran the ball, he ran pretty solid at times. So, like I said, it's a lot. Um, it's a lot. Oh, and that goes into it, but definitely CP definitely did look. He did look a tad bit more. He did look a tad sluggish today than I ever seen him. Like it wasn't no chug behind it. It wasn't him breaking through tackles or nothing. It just like besides that touchdown run, that's like the best thing we saw today. Other than that, it just seemed like he didn't have it.
So from my noticings on how we've been using CP since Algier emerged, um, CP been more of a red zone guy. So once we get near the red zone marker, because we know CP is a playmaker with the ball in his hands, no matter where he's at, no matter what play we're giving him. So once Algier, does his thing, pound us down a little bit earlier down, gets our way down the field. Now we want to give the ball to our playmakers in the red zone to get us in the end zone, like what we've seen. But it was just a penalty. So now the only thing now what Arthur Smith has to work on with using CP is to not make it so obvious once CP gets in the game right away, we're giving him the ball and giving him the wide zone right away. And it's like that's the issue with it. We don't have to give him the wide zone right away because everybody know once we in the red zone, boom, CP is coming to the game. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna give him the wide zone. He's an explosive play. He can hit the edge very well. He does a great job at that. But, there's different ways we can mix that up. I've been hearing it for a long time about us using CP in the perimeter. And I agree with that as well. Putting him at slot, because I think we know Drake London is a big target, and he definitely lived up to that pick. And Ritter definitely been utilizing that. And I personally think, I give a lot of credit to Olamide Zaccheaus, but Olamide Zaccheaus is not a full threat like that. And I think some of those plays that we giving on Jose, Cordell could really fit in that position as well. And I think would do a fantastic job as well, mixing them, giving him some jet sweeps or giving him across the motion, see how they're actually playing against Cordell Patterson, and he can be a threat. Just being that Kyle Pitts, right, obviously is not in full. So now, because really think about that, that's a whole different element there. Because we don't even have Kyle Pitts right now, so we're having this success, a little bit of success, I would say, just being real here, without Kyle Pitts. So now imagine if you do have another threat on the field. So I think we have to utilize Cordell Patterson in that field and his age. You know, where they do monitor his snaps, right? That's why we're using him in a red zone like that. You know, that's why we don't even see Cordell that way, and he is an investment for next year. Yep, that's really what it is.
I see. This is.
I want to get.
Let me address this real quick.
I want to get the one he did
before.
before.
Go ahead. No,
the one he said before, he said Dez missed him on a 4th and 5, Demir on a fade. That would have been tough. First of all, why the hell is we throwing fade routes to Demir Bird?
Fade routes to look.
Go ahead, Mike.
Look. Just because a guy's open for a particular route just doesn't mean you actually have to throw. It's like, why are you giving Wolverine a damn beach ball when his claws out? Like, come on, like you like, come on, bro. Like that's counterproductive. When we talk about, if you have not played, look, you can't feel your damn fingers, okay, in 19-degree weather. Have you ever played football in 19-degree weather? It's not very pleasant, okay? It's not very. You can't feel your toes, you can't feel your fingers, and the fact that the accuracy was bad. Both quarterbacks were accuracy was bad. It's cold weather. It's cold, people. Yeah. It's not a video game. It's real.
That's why you run the damn ball.
Right. And even when you take a shot like that, you never know what can happen, you know. It's a 50-50 play. You want to possibly get a PI so we can make our way down there, or, you know, who knows, you know. But there were at times, before I forget this, I did see a little bit of miscommunication at times when Desmond Ridder is calling a play, checking a play, and he's trying to send a guy in motion, and that foot going back like 5 times, and the guy telling him, "Nah, you got to motion the other guy." You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that happened. You know, one play, and it's just out of a while, you know, just Desmond Ridder getting used to the playbook, so we can fully really dissect and get deeper into the playbook with Arthur Smith calling plays, him repping it. Because at the end of the day, we're not at their practice. We don't know how deep Desmond Ridder is really into this playbook. The only play that we see now was different was a reverse last week that didn't work out. But you know, we want to see at least a little bit more different variety in situations where we can
just
keep
under the center
on their heels.
The things that I'm saying, a lot of under center, they're under center quite a bit. They're kind of getting back to using the pistol a lot more in this game, and I think they had to do with Dahlman continuously getting pushed back. So at this point in time, I don't think you can ignore how bad Dahlman is right now. He's like I said, he has 2 more games left. It's a problem. I don't think we can ignore it anymore. He's getting pushed back like crazy, and
you know where I found very interesting on that. Atlanta Falcons put out a video about the offensive lineman working out during the week, right? Did anybody see that? Drew Dahlman was the only offensive lineman struggling.
Wow.
But like I said, at the end of the day, man, like it just comes down to 3 to 4 plays. Like you said, like Rich said earlier about the confusion and the plays and stuff. I was surprised they didn't call a false start on Drake London on that particular play. That he shuffled about 3-4 times.
Let me I'm a let me let me just say that I like I gotta say this, right? Because one of the things that I see what's wrong with just fans and like you guys think this quarterback position is easy. Y'all think it's just easy to go out and just throw passes. For one, you got to understand the size of the football. You're not throwing Nerf balls, footballs here, okay? It's not Nerf footballs we're throwing.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Because people think because they can hit their little nephew in the head with a Nerf football, they think it's easy for a guy like Ritter to just all right. His accuracy sucks. It's just not like no. It comes with repetition. You're going to see him get better when he has more reps.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson didn't become a great puncher because he was born a puncher. He had to be taught how to be a better puncher. Okay? You have certain traits that you're born with, like speed, hand-eye coordination, but these guys got better because of reps. Matt Ryan got better because of reps. Peyton Manning, Kobe Bryant, we see how many shots he shoot every practice. And he talk about 1,000 shots every practice, every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I'm going here is just, I know this sounds, but we got to be patient. Let these guys develop properly. Rich is a coach. This is what they do. You see these kids every day. You got to get these kids time to develop properly. They're not going to come out the womb like a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes wasn't even Patrick Mahomes when he got his first start. Okay, so relax, man.
Yeah, to add on to that, Mike, I think that really comes down to with just having a plan, and that's something that we Arthur Smith done spoke about, Terry Fontenot spoke about having a plan with Desmond Ritter, keeping him in fold, with the game plan and getting him reps and just him being the number 2 quarterback behind Mariota to get a lot of reps with the scout and even just with the offense, getting familiar with the plays and what everybody wants to see is the explosive play. And I get it. I understand it. Desmond Ritter wants it too. He want to take that shot and, he want, to be a threat. Like, yeah, I got the arm and the accuracy to throw it deep downfield. Yeah, you better respect that. Right. He's been looking for it. We seen last week, first play of the game, he went up top with Cordell. We have to take that shot in the game at some point, but like at the same time, everybody just got to relax. Just like what Gilliam is saying, just relax and it will come into fold and just be patient. USA, do all of that. We got something good coming along, and the commentators is saying it. Vilma and all that. He's doing a great job communicating. With the offensive line, even making the checks on a line of scrimmage. Which is very important. It seems like he was very comfortable in the pocket this game and sitting in there and letting it sling. And you even see the little sidearm. We're talking about accuracy on that third play with to Drake London. It was a nice slingshot, with a nice sidearm, which was good to see. And I done spoke about it with a few of my coworkers this past week. They're Jets fans. Everybody know I'm in New York, so we got some Jets fans and Giants fans. And we see what's going on with Zach Wilson. I told them personally with Zach Wilson, I felt like Zach Wilson was rushing the fire right away, and even though he was a high draft pick, I get it, but at the same time, the Jets didn't fully have a plan for Zach Wilson, and which is why they're seeing the outcome that they're seeing now, and they don't want to have the patience for it. Fine. Another team will have the patience for Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson may flourish in another program or so next upcoming years. It just takes that time of the, development. You want that immediate success right away. And I get it. I thought Zach Wilson would have been a lot better compared from last year, like not taking so many deep shots and look a little bit more polished his second year. So clearly that's not the case. It seems like they may go part ways with Zach Wilson, but at the end of the day, we know going on at home, we have a plan for Desmond Ridder, and we're gonna continue that moving forward. Okay.
I just had a little feng shui thought here for a second.
Uh-oh.
I think everybody need to take a relax break right quick.
Play them tunes, man. You play them tunes, man.
Let's look at this game for what it was. We can talk about Ridder, the throws that he made, the throws that he may not have made. We could talk about the defense giving up 184 yards rushing. We could talk about the Falcons rushing for over 120 yards. I want to put a bright spotlight on somebody tonight.
Uh-oh.
That motherfucker Caleb McGarry, bro. He was eating that all day today.
We here.
Bro.
We here. Yo, we here. We here,
Give
K-Styles. Yeah, talk your thing, man.
Oh man. So I see the conversation is us passing up on a lot of defensive players for offensive players. And you may have a point on that, but at the same time, a lot of people have shown that they really don't give a shit about defense if offense ain't putting up yards. I'm just saying. We got the second 200-yard passing game this year. Second one. So it's a building process here. And a lot of times those tough decisions you have to make, it's unfortunate that you have to do it. Mm-hmm. So let's put it to scenario.
Yeah, K-Stuff, but I'm saying being that you brought up Caleb, McGarry, because I was thinking about him too, at some point on this live was to bring his name up just the simple fact that we declined his fifth year option, and this was a contract year for him, and I wanted to know, besides Drew Dahlman messing up, I guess being the worst on the old line, how do you guys feel about Caleb McGarry, and do we sign Caleb McGarry back even though we declined his fifth year option? Like, what are your thoughts on that? And the chat as well.
I don't think they're gonna resign him. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the offensive lineman that just got paid yesterday? Hell no,
I'll say this. Go ahead.
No, you good, Mike.
I don't.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't. As far as Caleb McGarry, my thing is you can't allow him to just walk free. That he's playing too good to let him walk free. That's my only thing. I don't know if they're gonna.
That's the messed up part.
That's it. So either you try to find a way to tag him so you can negotiate some sort, but they may have lost their opportunity being that they declined his fifth year option. Mm-hmm. But I just don't see how the dude is playing out of his mind right now. But I'll say this also, on the flip side of that, we're seeing him playing well now. But will he continue to play the way he's been playing? Because another team's like they're gonna look at him like a lot of Atlanta Falcons fans tend to do. Like, are you gonna only play like this when it's contract year? Can we get this
Mhm.
Caleb McGarry, 2-3 years down the road? I need that same Caleb McGarry. So
Right.
I'm impressed. My only thing is, do you really believe in Jalen Mayfield, or you have a guy going in free agents? So you can kind of scratch Conklin off because a lot of people had him tied to the Atlanta Falcons, but he ended up getting the
Mhm.
contract extension, so that is dead. So at this point in time, it's either try to negotiate a contract with Caleb McGarry or Jalen Mayfield. A lot of people, they
Right,
have
no,
their question marks
right.
when it comes down to it.
No, I got you, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I really want to hear your opinion on it. I feel like McGarry been having a great, his best season since he been with Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Just stating the
Right.
facts. And when we talking about chemistry and continuity, on the offensive line, that's a very important thing. And we have our all pro guard, pro bowler, Chris Lindstrom, they've been playing together for a long time. And I think losing a piece like Caleb McGarry may hurt us because I feel like that may give us a little reset. Not everybody's gonna
Mhm.
be perfect. We all know that, but
I don't know how
I
you can
think
keep both of them. I like that.
first
Now that
rounders,
you said
first
that,
rounders like that. No,
yeah,
I
I don't
know.
know how you keep
Yeah,
both of them.
but that's why I feel like we decline them. Like you said, if we may be able to work something out, that's the only way how I see it as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We were able to see just by plugging in a guy like Wilkerson, right? I believe our left guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's been great when he's been there.
Yeah.
He's been great in my
Right.
opinion since he's been there. It's not like there's been no penalties. We've been running left and right. It hasn't been obvious, where we're going. He's been real solid once he's healthy. But who knows what Terry Fontenot got and the recruiting staff got if
Mm-hmm.
we let
Oh yeah.
McGarry walk and we plug in Ifedi, whoever. We don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
it could work out. You know what I'm saying? When you just plug in a guy. So I'm just putting all scenarios
See,
out there. That's all.
but the problem is at that right tackle spot. See, for the right tackle, Ryan Ramczyk kind of set the marketing price for the right tackle.
Yeah. 30
That's
million guaranteed.
about a 20 million. That's a $20 million. That's a $20 million a year position. That's the
Damn.
market now. So
Damn.
you already got a right guard that's a $20 million market. Now you got a $20 million market for a right tackle. So kind of what Mike is saying about it's kind of hard to try, like y'all said, trying to keep them together. It's gonna be rough,
Yeah.
especially when you got a lot more glaring needs.
Competition, baby, man. Competition and depth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. That's what we need. I'm glad to
Right.
see our identity is finally established.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we know who we are. We know who we are. You understand that? So now,
Exactly.
moving forward with the funds that we have and the capital that we have, what are we going to do with it? And that's
Right.
really the big question. And this offseason is going to be the biggest offseason of Atlanta Falcons history and
It
Arthur
is. It's gonna
Smith
be big.
and Terry Fontenot's era. When I tell you that now, everybody better pay close attention to this offseason in every second and every moment because every move that we make this offseason is going to be
Mm-hmm.
crucial. Crucial. Because to be honest with you guys, in the whole Falcons nation, we only about really roughly 2 to 5 players away of like getting some real good studs, like good players
Mm-hmm.
offensively and defensively, to really being a contender. I'm stating the facts. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like our offense is manageable enough to control a game,
Mm-hmm.
and to get down the field. I think we really need some more studs defensively to really, really give Grady some help. It's been a long time. We tried it so many times with Don Terry Poe, Marlon Davidson, and this and that. We go all and on. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like Abdullah been looking like he's worthy of resigning, but who knows? Who knows if we see the consistency with that? But in general, I really think this offseason will be big. How we do with our capital, and as well as getting another set of rookies or players or free agents to really take us to the next level. That's how far away we are. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, the foundation is there. Definitely. I agree with you on that. Yeah, you're gonna have to address the trenches. That's really where the trenches and depth in the secondary.
I'm actually I'm encouraged, more encouraged than I've been in quite some time. Well, all year. The reason being, we playing against a playoff team. We played one of the toughest teams in the NFL, if not the toughest, and we went down. We did not have quite a few things today, but the biggest and most glaring hole is Kyle Pitts, arguably our best player on offense. And we made them struggle. We really took it to them. And you're talking about without a guy that they didn't have the game plan for, with a rookie quarterback. With a rookie quarterback. And he looked good too. He looked pretty good doing it too. That's why I say it's like this team is a good 2 years away from being a Super Bowl contender. I truly believe that. Like Rich said, it's like you get a few guys up front on the defensive side of the ball to go with Grady. I don't see why this isn't. You already have your stud at corner and AJ Terrell. You have a young linebacker. And again today, every time he's around the ball, something magically happens. The ball always seems to find him. Every time he gets on the field, something good happens.
He's talking about Troy Anderson, everybody.
Troy Anderson.
He's talking about him, but everybody don't know who's him. Yeah, him and Troy. 44.
Mr. T1000. So I am. Look, I think the Falcons are going to be a major problem for a lot of teams coming in the next couple of years. I don't know, depending on how free agency go and the draft. We could get a few guys that'll end up, dropping right into our laps like AK did, because AK dropped right in our laps. I don't think people realize that kid is gonna be special, bro.
We traded up for him though.
We traded up
for him with the Giants. I remember that vividly because the edge rushers were going, and we needed edge rushers really bad. Was lacking that, so he was literally the other best available on edge rushers. So I remember that. Same thing with defensive tackles. Like we always know for the past at least 5 years now, we know we really needed a defensive tackle. And all the defensive tackles it just be going. Like I even remember when we wanted that draft when Payne from Washington. Like I was stuck on Payne. Like he was supposed to come to us, but Washington just took us right in front of him.
Man.
I remember that draft. Like that was tough, but we need something. What's that Georgia kid's name? I don't know if we cover y'all been
Jordan
talking
Davis.
about the draft. Yeah, man. The kid that's in Georgia now. What's his number? 88?
Oh, Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter, I wish. I wish. I wish that kid's something special, bro.
Cause they need more. They need somebody that's a little bit more. When I say versatile at that position, somebody that can be disruptive in the run and the pass.
Yes.
See,
That's what they.
yeah,
That's
he
what they
is.
did.
No, he's definitely that. The thing with Jalen, he's been in the shadow of a Jordan Davis, and I think a lot of people have yet to truly see what, because when he was playing with Davis, they were using him primarily as a guy that could get
As a
rushed
pass
inside.
rusher.
Right.
So I think you haven't seen a lot of him. And this year was the first year that you really saw Jalen truly show his full potential as far as a guy that can pay both sides of the ball, run and pass. So, like I said, man, I wish I know what the kid can do. I see him almost every Sunday. K-Style see him, but I think if there's a question mark, K-Style know it definitely is the run.
Unless the only like he had was lifting a grown damn championship game. That's the only question mark
See,
that I
that's
don't really heard.
he get that kid up, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't right now. I just don't know about. Everybody keeps saying Brian Brees. I'm cool with what we have at linebacker. I think Troy is good. I don't think we need to go out. If a Brian Brees falls in our lap second round, maybe. But I doubt he gets that far. But like for me,
I got the perfect
I'm
idea.
going deep tackle.
I
I'm
got
getting
the
deep
perfect
tackle.
idea.
I'm going edge of deep tackle.
Cause y'all putting me on the game right now. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? That I'm just got in the off season now.
No.
Usually
We're gonna talk
I will
about that
lock
off
in
the air.
the top
Look.
pick, but I'm like, I don't y'all talking about Brian Brees. I don't know who Brian Brees is.
Come on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that off the air because there's some FBI agents out there and probably watching, and all of a sudden, now you're gonna find about 7 different videos on the prospect that they never thought they were gonna be talking about. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. We got to keep our streak alive. We got the one last year with Drake, and
Yeah, I ain't hit on none of the draft picks last year, but they, like I said, Falcons ended up getting my favorite player in the whole draft anyway.
I mean, you did hit on it. You just hit on it 2 rounds too late.
2 rounds later.
Too rounds late. I didn't think we would be able to get him in the 3rd round.
Noah ass hit on damn Tyler Allgeier, like
that Tyler Allgeier. Man.
Yeah.
That kid, oh my God. I didn't expect him to be this good. That kid is
well, in terms of him coming into the program in our organization as leading NCAA in missed tackles, he was up there. So now that was one thing. And Arthur Smith even mentioned that we was able to see that transition into now. And this kid really is hard to take down. And he can catch the ball a little bit as well. So I think he can be an every down back. And he says he wants to be the best and having a mentality of being the best and being the number one, which is what you want out of guys, competitive and being not even a 3 down back. He said out his own words, 4th down back.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? What you got, K-Styles?
All I gotta say is just look at the Samoan, look at the Pacific Island tattoo he got on his sleeve. That's all you need to know right there.
Right.
Them Islanders are built different, as Rich already know. They built differently, bro. They come with a little extra. They come with a little extra, man. Let's
go ahead and wind it down.
Yeah, let's wind it down. We'll wind it down and get. Well, let's start with Rich, man. Get his last takes, man.
Yeah, man. I'll get my last take. So what I would say, man, coming into these last two games as we wrap up with the Cardinals and Tampa, it's a good way to really evaluate, which we already been doing, is evaluating. I heard some guys in the chat mention that. So, we've been doing that going into the off season. I do want us to finish this season out strong. Whatever happens in the draft by us where we fall at, being in a good position. It seems like no matter what, we may have a top 10 draft pick, which is, yeah, I'll take it, which I want to see. Looking further in the future, we'll see how it wraps up, how the Calvin Ridley thing works out with Jacksonville, his production. Jacksonville been looking real good and explosive, man, and I want Calvin Ridley to give them more flavor so we can get the best out of that trade, and that's something that's
we
going
need Calvin Ridley to be the best receiver in the league next year.
What do we?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something we really have to pay close attention to in moving in the future. And I'm really excited because we're we believe in our rookies and we're giving them a lot of experience. There's nothing like in-game experience at that, and all you can do from that is grow and build on that. And that's really it. I could really say, we all know what's going on right now where we're at, so it is what it is. Let's just finish it out strong. Desmond Ritter, show everybody why we drafted you. Arthur Smith, keep doing what you're doing. And for the most part, it's been a long time since I've been on here with everybody and, with the AFN, Mike giving me the opportunity, K-Styles, just to come on, show love while I've just been busy, Oh, yeah, popping when I could pop in, fans showing love in the comments, man. Definitely telling everybody I said what's up, man. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Everybody stay healthy. Health is wealth. Nothing better than doing stuff like what we're doing right now. And this is a great way to start my vacation because I also teach. So it's like we on vacation right now.
You gotta be a teacher in order to be a coach. I just gotta tell you.
Right. Okay. So I need this break. This is a great way for me to go into the break. So everything is just beautiful right now. So I can't wait to possibly see you guys next week, and everybody else.
We ain't going nowhere. This thing is every week, all year.
Right.
We ain't got no off days here. That's why we tired as hell most of the time. We ain't got no off days around here.
Right. We appreciate that, man.
But yeah, man, let's go ahead and wind this damn thing down, man, because we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, as we know, the Atlanta Falcons have now been officially eliminated from the playoffs. So now we got 2 games to really figure out who is going to be worthy of sticking around for 2023. And guess what? The draft process starts now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we officially start the draft process.
And once again, they keep saying this. If Justin Fields was the answer, why the Chicago Bears 3-12 right now? Boy, I look.
That's a whole nother thing right there. That's a whole nother thing. Right. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. You trying to wind down, K-Style? So let's wind down. You ain't trying to wind down right now.
Oh, boy.
That boy got a blow up dog with Justin Fields' damn picture on it.
Man. Wow.
No, they did the right thing here, man. Like you said, eventually, like I said, Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot, this 2023 is actually going to be the year that they will really be able to piece together what they want to do with actual money. This has been the Falcon problem. We've had no money. You're not finna buy a Ferrari. You're not finna buy a Ferrari with food stamps. I'm just gonna let you know that now. You're not buying a Ferrari with food stamps. If you can,
No, sir.
well, everybody be in this world being food stamps.
You know? Right. No, that's not happening.
Bro. That's a good
Can
one.
you imagine you want a team that's gonna be worthy of about $145 million worth of players, and you only got $20 to your name? Can you imagine that?
Yeah, man.
Nah, you gotta build a team within the cap restrictions. They got rid of all the foundational pieces of the past few years. Made they work with what they had to work with now. Now they get to start over and turn over into their own and get their own ideas out there.
Now you get to see what the general manager is really about.
Right.
What he can really do.
Exactly. Now he has to have the chance to build a team with some money. So we're going to go ahead and wind it down, people. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We got the Cooler Talks coming tomorrow. We got a very interesting week of shows coming. So, we ain't here to play.
Oh, no.
We here to stay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dig it.
You ain't got to go home.
You got to get the hell up out of here.
Love is love, man.
Wait a minute. He said Chicago gets 2 receivers in the O-line, and plus Justin is ready. So if you would have drafted Justin Fields in Atlanta, he would have essentially been in the same exact situation you see right now. So really what you're talking out the side of your ass. Deuces.